Hey everyone, I'd like to quickly pop on here and talk about a movie that I just saw, not for the first time, uh, National Treasure, starring Nick Cage. Quickly, before we jump into that, just like to comment that after everything I see or rewatch or reread, it'd be so cool to get like a review of almost everything that I've ever read on here or watched or seen eventually. But that's just like a hope. I also hope to get like some trailer reactions whenever they go live, as long as like on YouTube, as long as they don't go on live with like an event or something that I'm currently watching, because I can't get like a Super Bowl commercial reaction if I'm already watching the Super Bowl. Anyways, and maybe like react to some music in the future. But let's jump into this review of American Treasure. I think honestly this was a very like this movie had you on the edge of their seat for a while, but here's the thing. The antagonist was not very compelling. Like Nicolas Cage and his pals already had the step ahead for so long that, and his character is like not bad. The characters are a bit weird, but a lot of tropes. I think this had a little bit of a hand in creating a few, but it really just fell into a lot of places with tropes, and it felt cheesy in a few parts. But Nicolas Cage's character, he just like had this aura about him where he just knew like everything was gonna go good when you're in Nicolas Cage's character's Bill Gates. No, is his name Ben Gates' hands. But it was like an alright movie. Honestly, I'll tell you my rating later because, but I there were a lot of like sketchy things like, oh, really, this, like if it happened in real life, would this actually happen? Like a few things would, but like, you get like Ben Gates having like superpowers of just being like so smart about everything, and then except when they do show a character flaw in him, I like that. His tech guy, the classic tech guy in the chair, lot of tropes here, which make it not as good as it could be. Honestly, it is a classic movie, though. I'll give it that. It's not a good classic. It's a decent classic, but it's not good by any means. I will say, not like a great movie, not outstanding. I'm probably gonna be a bit generous with my final review. Um, Special effects were kind of weird. I don't know why his dad needed to be that involved in it. I've seen this a few times. First in like 2015 or something, 2014. So yeah, like 6, 7 years ago. But I've just seen it a lot of times. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, I think. But like when you can see over and again, and it's just fun. It's predictable. It's not one that I would see again on choice, especially after I've seen it now. But you know, if you've seen National Treasure, you know what I'm talking about. It's a movie where like if you're into American history, especially during the Revolution, you should watch it. If you are into like things where they're solving a mystery, you should watch it. But it doesn't have like a Sherlock Holmes vibe, no. If you're into like early 2000s movies, watch it. But like, or if you're into Nick Cage, honestly, okay, yes, he's a good actor, but his face is just so iconic and so like, to me personally, unattractive that like it takes everything out of it. And I notice like I'm watching Nick Cage, I'm not really watching Ben Gates, so it just feels so weird to me watching it like that. you know, you know, whatever. Yeah. Otherwise, that's pretty much about it. I talked about it for the most part. I think the score was just, it was decent, not great. It wasn't very cinematic. I can't give it that. Overall, I give it like a 6, maybe a 7 out of 10. I'll give it like a 6.7, two thirds. It's, it is what it is, which is like an early 2000s mystery-ish, chase-ish movie about like American history. So if you're into that, go see it. If you're into, it's also just funny because of all the tropes in it. So if you want like a little bit of a good laugh while this movie tries to be serious, you should go watch it. Not a big fan, but it's a movie, you know. Thanks for listening in.